Okay, here we are back in Octopath Traveler, and as you may have noticed, we're all the way back in Boulder Fall. So, we have another one of the gladiators, or we're going to call the guys from over chapter... I think it was 2. We have Wallace Wildsword. Moniker Wildsword. He's a big one, but that only means he'll fall harder when you blast him with the elements fire, ice, wind, lightning, and light. We'll take his nut and his helm. And then finally, you guessed it. So keep in mind we can't hit any of his weaknesses because they're all elements. So we're going to pretend this is Bleach and just swing our sword until he goes down.
Victory! Too slow! Victory!
Wow.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
I was planning to give him a little bit more credit than that, but hey, we got a great bunch from him. And there you go. So in case you're wondering where we're going from here, as the title might imply, it is time for Cyrus, Chapter 4. So we're going to Duskbarrow in the Woodlands. So I stopped here briefly in the aftermath of the Archmage's video, I guess. Now we're going to loot the place properly.
Hello there.
Welcome to Duskbarrow. We don't got much in this corner of the woodlands, except the runes. More plentiful provisions. Nice. An elderly woman who freely dispenses wisdom and advice to all around her, whether they seek it or not. She is wont to judge others harshly, particularly outsiders, who she greets with suspicious glances and guarded words. That said, she does not so out of malice, but rather a simple, if perhaps misguided, desire to protect the traditions of the village where she was born and raised. So, we're going to take your sturdy sapphire rod. That's not as good as the meteorite rod, I believe. And then to end her customs... the old bat can put up a bit of a fight. Maybe. I'm still concerned whether I should do a video where I just go around town beating down everyone or not.
You see...
Knows his name. I used to belong to a company of mercenaries run by a rightful. To him it was all brotherhood and being in it together and all that kind of rot. So yeah, me and my mates decided to bring him down, and bring him down we did. An unscrupulous traitor who delights in swindling the foolish. As a mercenary, he develops certain concoctions through which he contains his wares of dubious quality. However, there is no denying the value of the small gold medal he keeps close. Critical earring. So why is that? That makes no sense. I'll take one stab at that. You can keep the earring, buddy. So, real quick, if I were to guide you... Huh. Oh, too bad.
Let us fight with honor. The battle is out of my way! Out of my way!
Yep, that's already not going that well for him. It's almost like an advanced job and the ultimate sword would kind of do that, you know? Hey, what do I know? I'm just a hero here.
No! The thrill of the fight!
So, that was kind of painful. Anyway, this completes the quest back in Goldshore. Someone help me, I beg of you. So I don't know where he went, but he can keep his earring. So first things first, inquire. Obliging merchant. A merchant of incapable of asserting himself. Wherever he goes, he is pressuring and purchasing worthless wares. As a result, his home is cluttered with useless junk, and he's at a loss as to how to deal with it. So now we know where a hidden item is. Take his old coin and this curious antique. And...
It's like this.
Some downluck's mercenary is taken to raiding the nearby ruins. He badgers me with worthless trinkets he finds there, claiming they're valuable artifacts. When I try to shoo him off, he turns most belligerent. I do wish someone would do something about him. So now we have a mission. I don't know if I'll be able to do it after this video, but that's what I'm trying to set up for. So here's the meteorite rod. The force shield is supposed to be one of the better shields in the game, so I'm going to grab a couple. Everyone's using an evasive shield. Actually, maybe not. No, I think it's just this has a bigger penalty. Circlet that compares... That's inferior to the Hypnos Crown. Have 2 of those. Didn't know you could actually buy those. And there's Nox Root. I don't need any more at the moment. Olive Coin. Poison Dust. Oh, there you go. 30,000 leaves.
Hello.
This village was built on the site of an ancient city. We preserve the ruins as best we can. You built on top of it, man. You're not convincing me you preserved crap. The headman, though perhaps in name only. In practice, the village is so small that any disputes that arise can be resolved relatively easily by the residents themselves. If anything, his only responsibility of note is to smile and converse with everyone. Well, smile as I raid your pockets. I'm taking your pomegranate, your olive, and your nut. Geezer can put up a bit of a fight. Fearful mother. A woman who lives with her son in Duskbarrow. She hates bugs and beasts with a passion, will not suffer their presence. Nor will she suffer those unsympathetic to her feelings, which is why she left her husband and moved here. Harsh. And then if we wanted to smack her around a bit, it won't be easy. The young boy lives with his mother in Duskbarrow. He has a habit of taking home anything and everything he finds outside, much to the dismay of his mother, who immediately throws it out. Fish tooth, tree nut, and a bone. Tiger cub. Small tiger as yet unnamed. Such matters are deserving of deep consideration, for their moniker may come to define them in the eyes of others. So if you're wondering why I'm not talking to her yet, now it's time. My son has brought a tiger cub back from the woods. It's sweet and adorable now, but what about when it grows up? Tigers are meat eaters, aren't they? And ferocious too, I'm led to believe. What to do, I ask myself. Mother eyes you nervously, so we can talk about tiger rearing, or we can introduce this beastmaster we happen to meet in Boulderfall.
Ah,
What a fine little cub. Lady, begging your pardon, but I'd like to make a proposition. I once had a tiger of my own. It was like family to me, he was. Until the day he died. Old age took him from me. That and the harsh winter. So I was wondering if it might be alright if I took that little cub off your hands. God strike me down if he isn't the spitting image of my old friend. Stay away, he's mine. I found him, not you, and he's my friend. Your friend, you say? Then I shan't ask no more. I'm not a man who'd come between a child and his tiger pal. What's this little one? You trying to cheer me up now? Why, thank you. Say, if he was yours, would you look after him well? Keep him safe and all? With all my heart. I'd protect him with me own life. I suppose you should take him then. I warned you'd better be caring it. I warned you'd be better at caring for a tiger than me. God's bless you, lad. God's bless you. Dear, I think the tiger will be in good hands. Bye-bye, little tiger cub. So if you don't want to separate them, your next best thing to do is there's someone you can inquire with, and they'll give you the tips to how to raise the cub, and then you can give it to her, and then they might be able to keep it, I don't know. Anyway,
greetings.
a traveler, what brings you to our humble village? Ever since she was a young girl, this woman enjoyed gallivanting through the woods by herself, at one with nature. Worried about being misjudged, being worried... Man, I can't even talk today. Worried about being judged as unsophisticated, however, she dresses like a native of a major city. Hidden item. So this is Viper Dagger. 332 and 132. Nope, I'd rather keep the battle-tested one. Level 60, I imagine. Jeez. You look familiar. Why? It's Ashlyn, a youth on a journey to find his missing father. On his quest for clues, he used the sword Snakesbane to defeat any beasts who dare get in his way. Though still plagued by nightmares, the memory of his father keeps him going. And if we wanted to fight him, he is still pitifully weak. If we wanted to guide him, however...
Hello there.
Remember me? You gifted me the sword Snakesbane. My father came to this place, that much I know. The people here tell me ancient runes stand outside of town. I have little hopes of reaching them alone, but with your help... So you need to take him to the Molderain runes to complete this quest. So we're just gonna grab him, be on our way. Honnet, what say you? Sublime. Anyway, we are going to grab the item. No, we're not. It's actually in the house. So, let's grab Cyrus. So this is a pretty short place. Not really that much to pillage. So, we have Cyrus. The other thing you have to consider is... Let's see... So he talks to Honnet first, then Therion. So, sorry Ophelia, you kinda gotta go on the bench for now. I thought the trigger would happen, but it doesn't matter. Hear a tale. Still in pursuit of the Forbidden Tome, you journey to Duskbarrow and ever closer to the truth. The story so far. And so Cyrus's search for the ancient tome led him to Stoneguard, where Headmaster Yvonne lay in wait. Using the forbidden blood magic gleaned from those pages, he aspired to powers unholy and profane. But Yvonne, more demon than man at the end, met his demise. Preposterous! I am all-powerful. I am eternal, immortal. They were all lies. Such were his last words. But who lied to him, and what was their ultimate aim? Was Cyrus fully prepared to face the truth that awaited him? A foreboding shadow fell over him as he came to Duskbarrow.
Time to do some research.
And here we are. Somewhere in this town lies the headmaster's ultimate destination. Given the nature of his research, it is reasonable to assume that there is a secret laboratory of some sort. I will get to the bottom of this matter. This no matter what. That's the headmaster's assistant, Lucia, wasn't it? Now that I recall, she disappeared after that incident at the headmaster's house. What's her role in all this? I must not let her out of my sight.
So,
Our journey brings us to Duskbarrow. Yes, you are from this region, are you not? Aye, though I've never visited the town, I've heard tell of it. It is famous for the many ruins that surround it. Many of them date from the Age of Legends. The Age of Legends, you say? 1,000 years in the past. For their age, the structures are remarkably well preserved. Master once told me a story of the ruins. He said that whenever danger or disaster is visited upon Duskbarrow, the people take shelter in the ruins. Whatever era they were built strong, using techniques no longer known. Lost architectural techniques, you say? My interest is piqued. Now I'm inclined to investigate. After, of course, we have settled this affair of Headmaster Yvonne. Thou art confident of our success. I always am. So I was kind of hoping there would be 2 there, but yeah. So we know Therion's the next to speak, Alphen's number 3. Hey, Ulbrich. I still haven't figured out what it is that sometimes causes them to give you an item when they talk to you. Like, I was wondering if they... Like, I don't even know what makes a certain person appear in a certain town. So, we still have some ways to go in that regard. Anyway, let's get back on with the main story. I walked right past it. But she was just here. Wherever could she have gone? What's this?
What have we here?
A button of sorts. Should I press it? No, do not push the little red button.
I see.
Nothing happened. I should have known it wouldn't be that simple.
What have we here?
Should I press it? No. Should I pull it instead? Why not? Must be losing my wits. How does one even go about pulling a button? Carefully, Cyrus. Carefully. And Therion's there, damn it. He should be able to open that one way or another.
What have we here?
Twist it. That actually worked.
Aha!
Well, this is a turn. I should proceed with caution. Where were you a moment ago, Therion?
Oh-ho!
Color me impressed, Professor. To what are you referring? Finding the hidden door back there. It was no great thing. I enjoyed coming up with little theories and then testing them. It's a useful talent. If you ever have a mind to switch trades, you can make a go of thievery. Me, a bandit? No, that would be amusing. But if I do fall into hard times in the scholarly world, I shall apply to become your apprentice. Hate to disappoint you, but I'm not the teaching type. I learn by watching and doing. Observation and practice, in other words. That is the essence of all learning. If you ever took it upon yourself to become a scholar, I would certainly vouch for you. I appreciate the offer, but I think I'm allergic to academia. Though if you'd caught me when I was still young, things might have been different. And here's Alphen.
Excuse me.
Would you help me satisfy my curiosity, Alphen? Specifically, I'm wondering why you make medicines. Huh? I mean, I've never met an apothecary quite so dedicated to his trade. You could use your talents to win riches or honor or renown. Yet you forget to ask for fees, make no claim on those you help. Frankly, I find it unfathomable. Ah, shucks. I just like helping folks who are in trouble. Right, question answered. Let's go, Professor. Professor? I asked what I thought was a difficult question. Yet he gives me a plain answer without hesitation. A clever man, this Alphen. That's why he's our MC, and you are not. Hold on. We have... So, it changed from Honnet to Ulbrich. Or, the other way around. Ulbrich to Honnet. That... I don't get it. So, anyway, change party. Ophelia for Therion. And Ulbrich and Tressa are the last 2 in that order. Yeah, some things about this game just make me scratch my head. So we're at the Ruins of El, danger level 45. I'll make sure everyone's wielding something before I go in deeper. Cyrus needs a new job. He's going all Doctor Strange on us, I guess. Oh, you can use a bow now. So, Rune Bow makes him more accurate. I'm suspecting this might be like... Wow, this place is huge. So this might be what I was looking for to make Cyrus relevant. 1,000 EXP per fight. Every 3 fights he's gonna level up. The thing that confuses me so much though is... so we have our locked chest over here. How do you get over to it? And I just realized something. Wonder how many people are saying, hey, he's not using anything, and sadly I can't see the comments from where I'm at. So here's how you get to the locked chest. It's really hard to keep him alive. I gotta have better crap for him somewhere. So yeah, I'll just give him a force shield for the time being. Elemental hat. I don't know if I have anything better for that. He loses out on a little bit of power here, but he can dodge crap. Elemental heavy armor. That should be obsolete. We can give him a sorcerer's robe. I'm also gonna ditch this. By the way, if you didn't see the 2 belts that I got, these are what they look like. So this gives you a nice chunk of elemental attack. Let's go ahead and equip it. I actually should put the physical ones on Honnet and Ulbrich. But just by seeing those, hopefully you can see why it's worthwhile to get them. I'm not just talking about Honnet and Ulbrich there. Shadow Soulstone. I should also point out, while I have equipped Cyrus with the Scholar's skill, our job, our sorcerer job, that is. Man, I definitely cannot speak today. I haven't actually... Okay, now it's time to learn skills with him. So I really don't care about this one, even though this really does combo with everything here. The thing we're looking for is wind, light, and darkness. So we're going to get rid of Percipience for stronger strikes. So when I hit the weak points, they feel it. Huh. $20,000 leaves. They don't actually let you see in that room. Oh. That was a weird glitch. I'm not gonna ask questions, let's just power forward. These walls seem quite old. Yet they still stand strong. And what are these curious patterns? Look how perfectly they're aligned. Whatever could they be for?
Aha!
That's it! Together the markings illustrate something. Here they billow and swell, an ocean, a flood. It seems to be depicting something overflowing. And yet the depiction is abstract and surreal. Wait, I've seen markings like these somewhere. Of course, the runes of Hornborgian. The runes are being used to paint a picture. Might there not be a hidden message contained within? It is as if the runes are flowing forth from some kind of gate. Though I hate to admit it, I fear deciphering this will take more time than I should have. I should move on. Those paintings scare me. I don't think I've seen anything quite so spooky. My mother used to like art. She filled the house with paintings and pictures. Oh, what kind of pictures? There was one I remember vividly. It showed a girl standing in a sea of grass. I'd stared at it so long I thought I could see the grass moving in the wind. I'll never forget it. Most interesting. Yearning, passion, sorrow, hate, one's very existence. In every artwork you can feel the soul of the person who painted it. So what kind of soul is in those paintings? Nothing too awful, I hope. But I confess that I'm looking forward to cracking the puzzle. Glad someone can get enjoyment out of them, because I certainly can't. Did you learn anything about those wall paintings? A little, yes. For example, they clearly date from ancient times. I believe that they have religious significance of some kind. But I saw nothing in them with the teachings of the Sacred Flame. The beliefs in the Age of Legends were quite different from today. It was a time before religious schism. You mean even before the Sacred Flame teachings began? Precisely so. An age almost entirely unknown to us. A time when gods and mortals walked together upon the soil. I am blessed indeed to have been given the chance to visit these ruins. They are a scholar's paradise. I'm glad too. This feels like I can hear the thoughts of the people who lived here long ago. The very breath of the ancients born on the wind over these many long centuries. Whispering of great and epic tales. So I need to go get a new party. See you in a second. Okay, we're back here at the frescoes. Grab the vivifying stone. I'm getting a crapload of curious blooms from these fights. Let's look down here, see what's there. Probably another purple chest. I have Tressa now if you didn't notice, so I will be picking up money as I go. Almost have 1 million leaves. Void Amulet. At least my 2 weak guys are getting brought up in strength here. That's like the only highlight. So I'm wondering how we get to the other side of that. Gonna worry about that later, though. Man, she's just finding leaves all over the place. And here we have a library of sorts. Look at all these tomes. Did Headmaster Yvonne procure them all?
It couldn't be.
Volume 7 of the Trial of the 12? But only the first 5 volumes are extant. Forbidden Gold, Covenant of the Sage? These books were all said to have been lost ages ago. And what's this? A personal dictionary for the translation of ancient tongues? Did the headmaster collect all this by himself?
No.
No, that would be impossible for even the most esteemed of scholars. Such a vast repository of knowledge must have been accumulated over decades, even centuries. From this trove to those odd wall paintings, this place is one enigma after the next. One thing is clear, if there is a mastermind behind all this, I can expect to find him here. Are these tomes really worth so much? I can assure you, if they become known, they will turn the world of scholarship on its head. It is not surprising to learn that knowledge can be lost with the passing of time. Wars, disasters, and fires have all served to make men forget things they once knew. Yet books thought to be gone forever have returned as if from the dead, which implies they were stolen, deliberately kept from the world. Indeed, a most deplorable crime. And the culprit is this man Yvonne. He would make all the knowledge his and his alone. That is why he hid it away here. Unlike men, books cannot talk. What tales these forsaken tomes would tell. Forsaken, that is exactly the word. To monopolize knowledge in this way is a desecration of scholarship itself. Spoken like a man truly devoted to his trade. It is only proper that an honorable scholar such as you cast his eyes over these pages once more. I intend to do just that. So here's your last conversation. Apparently Cyrus' stuff is short. Professor? What is it, Tressa? I was just thinking about the books here. They all seem very special. How much are they worth, do you think? Tressa, we can always trust you to be interested in the worth of things. Those books record the history of all that has happened, every event from beginning to end. Gosh. In other words, they contain the knowledge of the world, knowledge won at the cost of uncounted lives. Whoa, I don't think I could put a price on that. Quite. They're without question priceless, for they belong to all men. Then maybe we should make lots of copies and sell them cheaply so that as many people as possible can read them. A splendid idea. The question then becomes, how does one produce books cheaply and in large quantities? You invent the printing press. Duh. So I'm gonna go forward with this group still. I could go back and swap in some bigger guns, it's just... For the final boss, you do need to use all 8 characters. So I can't leave... Ice Soulstone. No hidden passages. Enemies just seem to spam self-destruct at this point. Knight's Shield. We'll take a look at that real quick. Wow, I still have him with that. Knight's Shield. Let's go with Force Shield. And I'm gonna need to look and create a new save file soon. So one more fight would be a level up. We'll just charge forward though. I don't think I really need it with Cyrus.
Professor, you truly are every bit as brilliant as old Yvonne said.
I did not come here for false flattery.
Oh, but I was being quite sincere. A shame the purport eludes your grasp.
To think you were the one pulling the strings. The headmaster was merely your puppet all along.
Very astute. Yes, it was I who maneuvered to install him in that position in the first place. To my dismay, he had a willful streak that got in the way.
One might say the fault lies in the person who chose him for the task.
One might say that, yes. Now, let us proceed to the matter at hand. Your search for the original copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell has miraculously led you to me. In finding me, you have displayed some measure of knowledge and acumen. More than any, you have shown a pure and unrelenting passion for seeking out the truth. I hold that particular quality in the highest regard. What say you, Cyrus? Will you join me in my research?
Ridiculous. If that is a jape, it is a poor one.
A jape? What a curious reaction from a scholar like yourself. The wall paintings in this place, did they not pique your interest? Did your heart not race when you saw the countless lost tomes in my study?
To say I was not intrigued would be a lie.
Of course you were. Yes, any true scholar would feel the same. I must unravel these mysteries. I must have the answers. Your mind, no, your very soul burns with an all-consuming desire to know. That is what separates you from the rest, Cyrus. We are true seekers of knowledge, you and I. Together, we can unlock all the secrets behind our world.
I'll pass.
How can you refuse? You covet the mysteries of the universe. You yearn to know the truth. Surely you can stand shoulder to shoulder with me.
That's it exactly.
What? What is it?
Surely you. I take issue with your solicitation. You don't care who you use in your schemes. What of Headmaster Yvonne?
Don't be ridiculous. He was devoid of the passion you have. He was nothing but a pawn to the end, incapable of envisioning an ultimate goal.
On what grounds do you base that assumption? Can a man not grow his mind? If you found him wanting, why did you not teach him?
Teach him?
Take him on as your pupil. Impart your vast knowledge, that he might one day be your peer.
Preposterous. You speak the impossible. Mediocrity is as mediocrity does. Knowledgeable as he was, his own actions prevented him from ever approaching genius. A genius such as yourself must understand this.
There's where you and I differ. I haven't given up on mediocrity. As scholars, we learn from the past to better understand the present and pass our knowledge on to the future. What do you mean to do with the knowledge you amass, the secrets you unravel? Carry them to your grave, content they are inscrutable to all who do not possess your genius? You would call them simpletons, fools, feeble minds. I say it is you who lacks the ability to teach and inspire. A true scholar does not look down on others for what they do or do not know. Those who know impart knowledge to those who do not. If something is wrong, those who know the answer correct it. The process repeats, bringing us closer and closer to enlightenment. I teach my students with the expectation that one day they will surpass me. I long for the day when I will have the chance to learn from them.
Enough! I've given you plenty of opportunities to make a move. Any move. But clearly we are going nowhere fast. If you would rather die without discovering the truth, so be it. I have already synthesized a perfect blood crystal, precisely as detailed in the original tome. With it, I will cast off the shackles of humanity. A human can only learn so much in its short lifetime. I will gain the time, the power, to understand everything. You may be a fool, but to show no hard feelings, you can participate in an empirical analysis of my newfound power.
If believing in the future makes one a fool, then call me a proud fool. But know this. When I emerge victorious, I will unravel the secrets of that tome and arrive at my own answer. Let this be a lesson to you. The future of mankind is bright.
So I'm kind of lost in how to scrutinize his rogue skill at this rate. Wow.
Have at you.
It'll take me some time to cut through.
All right.
So worth pointing out, Cyrus can only withstand one of those. So we're gonna do a Soothing Dust combined with Essence of Grape.
Try this.
And we're gonna have Tressa heal the rest.
What's it do? Witness the miracle of healing.
Once she has her... Well, once she's able to max a spell, then I'll change things up a bit. So, Ignis Ardere. No go with fire.
What's it do? I'll get my money's worth.
Now, what next? Glacier Gordon.
Let's do this.
Now then.
All right.
My turn now. Witness the miracle of healing.
Victory shall be mine. Victory shall be mine.
Now, what next?
Here I go. I'll get my money's worth.
So I stopped talking there because I was anticipating an eruption, but it hasn't come yet.
All right.
So a second sweep here could be bad. We're gonna Soothing Dust, Grape.
Try this.
Have at you. Use this.
Here we go. Try this.
Now,
battle is truly joy.
All right.
My turn now. Witness the miracle of healing.
The battle is truly out of my way.
Let's do this. Witness the miracle of healing.
How about you?
All right. All right. Elephant, lend us your wisdom.
Now, what next? How about this?
My turn now. Thank you.
No! My blade is unbent! The dog fights.
Here goes. Let's get down to work.
Now. Lux Conjurer!
What to do? Witness the miracle of healing.
Here we go.
So yeah, there's crap going on in the background now. So she should be weak to
Scorch the
elements. I don't know which element she's not weak to because one is missing.
The battle is truly joy.
And then if you're wondering why I didn't use the attack boost on Ulbrich, it's not needed anymore. He automatically has that buff, so it's dark that she's not weak to. The other four,
Here we
well,
go.
5 you can fire up for grabs. So I don't have the one buff anymore, so I'll just use Ice Spell here.
Let's do this.
I don't have any multi-hitting spells, sadly.
Victory
If
shall be
Ulbrich
mine.
wants to contribute, he has to basically use a stone. Thing is, she's almost dead anyway.
Interesting dilemma.
Oh, you had me?
Now then. Use
Keep
this.
him alive. Everyone else should be able to withstand a hit.
What is the logical course of action?
And this kind of sucks. I have to burn a great bunch here because he's going to move before I get another turn. Wow. So we're going to bring out the mercenaries. And we'll have Alphen whip
Here
us
goes nothing.
something to heal.
Try this.
Let's do this. Sacred light.
Ironically, this is a fight where a rune blade would be really handy.
Victory shall be mine.
And Tressa is one of the best sword blades in the game, depending on if you want to play her as the ultimate dodge tank or not. In case you're wondering, I do intend to show that.
Thank you!
Hey, enough for me to summon a veteran.
All right.
So there you get to see the full rainbow.
What's this now?
Oh no!
No! Out of my way!
Oh no! This should be good.
Oh!
All right. Scorch the earth.
What's this now? Let's try this.
Oh no!
No! The battle is truly joined.
My turn now! Sacred light!
Bring it on. Cool off.
Okay, I did not anticipate that killing her.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, that kind of happened. Anyway, Ulbrich is 60, that's good news. So you know what's coming after this.
No! There is so much more I must learn.
Okay, that's one of those instances where there's only one voiced line. If nothing else, your devotion to the pursuit of knowledge is admirable. Unfortunately for you, you will not live to pass that on.
Oh,
From the far reaches of hell, at last I have the original. How many lives have been lost to the dark knowledge in these pages? But no, knowledge itself cannot be good or evil, only the hearts of those who would use it. I will use all the resources at my disposal to decipher this work for myself. And I will find the answer I seek, an answer of my very own. Perhaps one of the tomes in the study I passed through might aid me in deciphering these glyphs. Yes, I should return. You can't take the book with you. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look through here more thoroughly when I come back with Therion. At long last, I can begin to study the tomes in earnest. High Hornburgian Dictionary. Wrong button. Let's see now. In the pages of this tome, the secrets banished by the gods are likened to a golden fruit, and ominously worded warnings issued to any who would uncover this forbidden power. So now we know forbidden gold, whatever that means. Let's see. An ancient tome detailing how the 12 gods sealed away an unholy power beyond the edge of the world. Trial of the 12, Volume 7. Foreshadowing, perhaps. Seeing as history repeats itself, right? The leaves rustling there kind of confused me. It didn't look natural, which is what drew my attention. But anyway, lastly, let's see now. A tome wherein is writ in horrifying detail a forbidden right to bring back the unholy power sealed away beyond the edge of this world, from the far reaches of hell. It is filled with arcane knowledge on the secrets of life and death. Yes, I see. I do believe I have the knowledge I need to decipher the mural. Man, they really make you walk in this game. At least this chapter. And I'm running here because I don't mind the increased encounter rate. It's not going to faze me. Pretty much everything I run into gets obliterated on account of Alpha being 25 levels over the recommendation. Death, doom, destruction. The mural's meaning. Most intriguing.
Now then,
Let me think through all I've learned. The 12 gods sealed power away. What did they seal away? The power of destruction. Nope. Life and death.
but of course.
Forbidden secret held within these pages. Trial of 12 tells the tale of how the 12 gods sealed this power away. The author of Forbidden Gold compares this power to a golden fruit. Like a golden fruit, it calls out to and tempts the human heart. Into the pages of From the Far Reaches of Hell was this power sealed. These glyphs, I believe I can decipher them now. Death, 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 death. Doom, 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 doom. And destruction only appears half as many times.
Oh.
I think we can safely assume this is a warning of sorts. A warning of the calamity that awaits us if the gate is opened and the forbidden unleashed. Sounds like an invitation.
Not exactly.
So, yeah.
But of course.
The mural is left behind as a warning. I am sure of it.
Indeed.
Knowledge in and of itself is not inherently good or evil. It can, however, serve either purpose. All depends on the heart of he who would use it. I choose to believe that whoever created this mural so many years ago believed the same. For the sake of our future, be not tempted by the darkness.
Indeed.
Yes, these dark secrets must never be allowed to be put into practice. The mere existence of this tome is a threat. Shall I destroy it and banish its baleful knowledge for all eternity?
Not exactly.
Destroying the tome would not banish the darkness that exists in the heart of man. And as long as that darkness exists, people will find a way to work evil. I must preserve this knowledge, that we might put it to use for good, not evil.
Thusly.
And yet, there is much more I must learn. I must decipher in full the contents of this tome and the murals in this place, and pass them on to those who would follow us. That one day, should we be threatened by forces from the far reaches of hell,
Yes.
our descendants will possess the knowledge needed to protect this realm. First, I must return to Atlasdom and file a report on what I have seen here. Then I must begin my analysis of the material I have collected. Yes, I'll be burning the midnight oil night after night, no doubt, and I can scarcely wait.
Professor! Professor!
Over here, Cyrus.
That stack of books book seems to get bigger every time I see you.
And I'll need twice again as many to have any hope of translating this ancient tome.
Twice as many?
Fascinating, is it not? A traditional fairy tale from a certain region mentioned a gate of sorts. And I could not help but notice a parallel to the mural I found.
I see. Hence, these books on local folklore?
Just so. Considering your subject from all possible angles is a fundamental principle of scholarly research. But I forget myself. Might I surmise that you've come here to inform me that it's time for class?
Yes. You're late, Professor.
Pray forgive me, Your Highness. Very well then, my students. Let us begin. To quote the words of one Susanna Grotoff, author of Knowledge is Light. The pursuit of knowledge is a journey with no destination. As long as people live, there is always something to learn. And so we learn, we record, we speak. Points connect, thus forming our history, our agency, our identity. This world we live in is not for or of any one individual, and neither is knowledge. And so I write and speak of all that I learned, to plant seeds of knowledge that will be harvested by those who follow me. To you who have found my writings, read well these words, that they may help you build a bridge to a brighter future.
And there you have it. He'll probably burn down the library at that rate. Not to mention the wax is probably ruining those books. Curious Bloom. So I actually have over 1 million. Ah, this is the dude that you can take to Cervantes. So yeah, you may not have seen that yet. This is going to be going up with the Archmage, I believe. But yeah, I've been busy. So let's peek in on this guy. Anyway, you can now you can hit up Therese for some stuff. So we need to grab Therion. He's the persuasive one, remember? So I don't know who else gets freed up because a lot of the other characters in Cyrus's tale kinda die. So I think that's actually everyone over here. So I think the only people we couldn't rob before were like Therese and Mary. So I don't know if this youth was here the entire time. Apparently I did inquire, I just didn't rob him. The reason why that's significant is because the game does put NPCs in areas you've been to before to kind of hide them. Basically, if you ever go back to Clearbrook, you'll notice that there's someone there that wasn't there before. And yes, that character is important for a side quest that we have to do a little bit later. So that's the subterranean study. It's been almost a month since I've been over there, you know? Okay, I'm muting this for a moment. Okay. Hopefully they won't be too loud. I must remain calm and focus on my studies. Known as the Moon of the Flatlands, she is Princess Mary's distant relative and has been close with her since childhood. Though she may seem timid at first glance, her true colors show when it comes to matters of the heart. So here you go, Elemental Augmentor. But a lot of you are thinking, man, it'd be great if you could get 2 of those. Oh, there you go. Okay, you can't rob the princess. That's a little heartbreaking. Anyway, we need to go back to Duskbarrow. So I am going to do some exploring here with Therion, which you'll see in a little bit. But like usual, best way to end the video, you guessed it, random violence. Hold on. Oh right, that crappy Viper dead. You can keep that.
Let us fight.
So I
with honor.
believe the rank 8 and higher NPCs have rare drops that they can give you. If you're willing to sit here and grind it out, you could. I have no such desire myself.
Victory.
So you'll notice I don't have my health regen. I took that off. I'll probably put it back on after this.
Out my way.
So bow and staff are all left. This wouldn't be as bad if I could heal. Yeah, this stick's pretty decent. Anyway,
How about this?
kinda sucks that there isn't a better single target healing item. 1750 is next to nothing at this stage of the game.
Witchery.
The sad part is she just keeps refreshing that damn poison.
How about this?
So if I don't heal here, I die.
How about this?
But if nothing else, hopefully you can see why I think it's pretty important to have that regen on over most times so you can just duel better. No second serving. I don't know if you can die from poison, which is my main concern. If I'm lucky, I'll get a patience proc here. Screw it. Only 3 connected. Wow, that was a rip-off.
Damn. How about this?
Did anyone hear anything over the sound of me getting robbed there?
The battle is truly joy.
Stick is definitely
The
better.
battle is truly joy. Out my way. Victory shall be mine.
Yeah, I want to deal with it.
Victory shall be mine. With each battle, I grow stronger.
So I got a level up for that at the very least. No drops though. Fine fight. And you took that beating to protect and improve Bow of the Eagle. That's actually pretty good for Tressa. Actually, it might be good for him. It doesn't really matter, they're about the same. So anyway, I'm going to go chest hunting. See you in a moment. The purple chest was a rune bow.